Ever wondered how Deadpool pulls off his signature trick, knowing he's a comic book character stuck in a movie? It's not just a running gag. It's a core part of who he is. Today we're diving deep into the bizarre, hilarious, and sometimes tragic reasons behind Deadpool's fourth-wall-breaking superpower. So, let's get the big one out of the way first. Deadpool has what's called cosmic awareness. This isn't just him being clever. It's a genuine superpower. Unlike other characters who are blissfully unaware of us, the audience, Deadpool perceives the real world. He knows he's a fictional character created for entertainment. He sees the speech bubbles in comics and knows about the movie cameras, the script, the actors, and even the studio executives. It's why he can turn to the camera and talk directly to us, reference Ryan Reynolds' other movies, or complain about the film's budget. He's not just breaking the fourth wall. He's living on the other side of it. But where did this cosmic awareness come from? The most common theory, and the one most heavily supported in the comics, is tied directly to his healing factor and his mental instability. Wade Wilson was already a bit unhinged before he became Deadpool. He was a wisecracking mercenary with a dark sense of humor. But then came the cancer diagnosis and the brutal Weapon X program. The procedure that gave him his incredible healing factor, the same kind as Wolverine's, also had a catastrophic side effect. It supercharged his cancer cells, but his healing factor kept him from killing him. This created a constant state of cellular regeneration and decay happening all at once. His brain is perpetually being destroyed and rebuilt, moment by moment. Think about it. His mind is in a constant state of flux, a chaotic storm of dying and regenerating brain cells. This extreme neurological trauma is what many believe shattered the conventional boundaries of his consciousness. His mind, unable to process reality in a normal way, expanded. It broke free from the cons of his fictional universe and became aware of the larger reality, our reality. He's not just crazy. His craziness is the very source of his unique perception. It's a tragic irony. The very thing that saves his life every second is also what fractures his sanity, giving him this bizarre awareness. He's trapped in a loop of suffering that grants him a form of enlightenment. This is why other characters in his universe just think he's insane. When he talks about comic book writers or movie audiences, they hear nonsensical rambling. To Captain America or Spider-Man, Deadpool is just a lunatic who happens to be an incredibly skilled fighter. They don't have the context we do. They can't see the fourth wall he's constantly smashing to pieces. This creates a fascinating dynamic. Deadpool is profoundly lonely in his awareness. He's the only one in on the joke, and the joke is his entire existence. His humor, his constant quips and pop culture references are a coping mechanism. It's his way of dealing with the existential horror of knowing that his pain, his struggles, and his entire life are just lines in a script, panels on a page, or pixels on a screen. Let's look at some specific examples from the comics that really highlight this. In the classic Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe storyline, his inner monologue explicitly discusses his realization that he and everyone he knows are just puppets for the entertainment of unseen readers. He decides the only truly merciful thing to do is to end it all, to free his friends and enemies from the endless cycle of comic book storytelling. He even travels into the ID-verse to confront his own writers. This isn't just a gag. It's a dark meta-commentary on the nature of fiction itself. His goal becomes to unwrite reality. It's a terrifying look at what happens when cosmic awareness curdles into nihilism. Another key piece of the puzzle comes from his interactions with cosmic beings. In the Marvel Universe, entities like Eternity or the Living Tribunal are aware of the multiverse's structure. On several occasions, Deadpool has interacted with beings who operate on a higher plane of existence. These encounters often validate his worldview. While they might not see things in terms of comic books, they perceive the layers of reality in a way that aligns with Deadpool's awareness. When a character can have a conversation with death itself, as a literal romantic interest no less, the normal rules of reality tend to go out the window. His relationship with Lady Death is particularly telling. She is one of the few characters who seems to understand him on a fundamental level, recognizing the unique nature of his soul, which is unable to permanently join her in the afterlife because of his healing factor. Now let's bring it back to the movies. The film adaptations, starring the perfectly cast Ryan Reynolds, lean heavily into this concept, but simplify it for a mainstream audience. They don't get too bogged down in the science of his regenerating brain cells. Instead, they present his fourth wall breaks as an inherent part of his personality, a natural extension of his snarky, irreverent character. He pauses the movie to explain backstory. He complains about the screenwriter's lazy writing, and he even makes fun of the X-Men timeline. The films treat his awareness as a comedic tool, and it works brilliantly. It makes the audience feel like they're in on the joke with him, creating a unique bond between character and viewer that few other films can replicate. He's not just the star of the movie. He's our guide through its absurdity. So to recap, how does Deadpool know he's in a movie? It's a powerful cocktail of three main ingredients. First, his pre-existing mental instability, which was then amplified to a superhuman degree. Second, the constant agonizing process of his healing factor warring with his cancer, which shattered his perception of reality. And third, his resulting superpower, a unique form of cosmic awareness that lets him see the strings of his own fictional existence. He's not just crazy, he's enlightened in the most chaotic way possible. His fourth wall breaks aren't just jokes. They are the desperate, hilarious screams of a man who knows the truth about his universe, and he's using humor to keep from falling into despair. It's what makes him more than just a funny mercenary. It makes him one of the most unique and compelling characters in modern fiction. What's your favorite Deadpool fourth wall break? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the mind of the Merc with a mouth, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.